God bless, guys. I'm Abraham here with you, and today we want to talk about the soul. Last video we talked about the heart, but so let's go ahead and take a quickly look at the soul. Give me 5-10 minutes. It's the soul in the Greek means the soul is the seat of the feelings, the desires, and affections. So your soul is actually where your feelings sit, where your desires sit, and where your affections sit. David in Psalms 42 said, "Why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me?" He was talking to his own soul because he understood a secret and a mystery, that the soul is where his desires, where his emotions, where his feelings were sitting. That's why in the last video we talked a little bit about how the heart and the soul are intertwined and they're closely connected. Look, we are a spirit, soul, and body. So why is it important to love God with our soul? Because our soul is the seat of our feelings, is the seat of our desires, and is the seat of our affection. You have to understand that the Bible says that the spirit will return to where it came from. It will return to God. Because in Genesis, we see how God gives us his breath, right? The breath of life, the ruah, and that is actually the spirit. Now, the soul is that within you. So your desires, your favorite color, your favorite food, your favorite theme park, that which makes you, that is your soul. So that soul has the choice to either go to heaven or hell. Now, you're making that choice. No one is gonna force you. This desire, that's why the Bible says, love God with all of your soul. Why? In other words, God is saying, desire me. Oh. In other words, God is saying, I need you to love me. I need you to desire me. When was the last time that you desired to pray? When was the last time that you desired to just be affectionate with me? Tell me how much you love me. See, God is looking for a generation. God is looking for people that will love him with their soul. See, the flesh and the things of the world is pulling in one side, and the spirit and the things of heavenly is pulling on another side. You want to pray, but then Netflix is in your mind. You want to pray, but then you feel like you got to go do something else, and Snapchat is on the left-hand side. So there is just a tug of war between the spirit and the flesh, and your soul is kind of just stuck in the middle. So that's why the Bible says, love God with all of your soul. It doesn't say love God with all of your flesh. And it doesn't say love God with all of your spirit. Why? Because the Bible says that the flesh will always seek the things of the world, and the spirit will always seek the things above. So God is not saying you're gonna dictate or move those things. The spirit is already determined that is of God, and the flesh is already predetermined that is of the world. The only thing that you can change is your soul. That's why he says love God with all of your soul. If he's saying love him, there is a course of action. That means he is saying that you have the opportunity to love him or hate him with your soul. You can dictate how you're gonna feel. You can dictate what you're gonna desire. See, don't tell me that if you go into the club and the club and the club, you're gonna hate the club. Your soul is gonna end up loving the club. But if you seek prayer and fasting and reading the Bible and reading the Bible and reading the Bible, your soul is gonna desire to read the Bible. That's why God says, love me with your soul. Love me, in other words, love me with your desires. But that is up to you. See, God, and it's up to me. You see, God left that up to us, because that is our free choice. That is our free will, our soul. You get to choose your favorite color. You get to choose your favorite food. He is not gonna force you to do that. So that's what he is saying, please. In other words, he's saying, please just love me with your soul. Because he can't change that. You have to change that. I have to change that. We have to determine in our hearts that we're going to love God with our soul. Because the spirit The ruah, the spirit, is already loving God, and the flesh is already loving the world. Now the soul, that is to be determined. And that is by our actions. That is by what we do. And that is what we say. See, so when you have this seat of feelings and desires and affections, you can lean it to two sides. I leave it at this. This amazing preacher I love, his name is Juan Carlos Harrigan. He said that he always says this story in his preachings. He says there was a man with two dogs. He had a white dog and he had a black dog. And this young man started following him. And the young man saw that every time that the old man will bet, because he will put him to fight to get money. And he said that every time he would put the white dog and he betted on the white dog will win. And every time that he betted on the black dog will win. So then he approached him and asked him, he said, how come you know which dog is going to win? And he says, simple. The dog that I want to win that day, I feed. And the dog that I don't want to win that day, I don't feed. Does that make sense? In other words, if you want your spirit to win, let your soul feed off the spirit. But if you want your flesh to win, let your soul feed off the fleshly things. It's your choice. It's my choice. God bless you guys. Hope this helps. Remember, love God with all of your soul.